welcome to Just Another Magic Monday. Your weekly look at the cosmos in the week ahead, and furthermore, what does it mean for you, your life, your emotion, your ups and downs, how to navigate the cosmic weather day by day. I'm here every single Monday, 2:30 a.m. PDT, 5:30 a.m. EDT, to give you that celestial support to live your most magical, aligned life. If you wouldn't mind, if you get any value from this video, a like, comment, share, subscribe. Any of those little nudges are truly so appreciated by me. And without further ado, let's dive into the Magic Monday for the week of November 22nd to November 28th. So this week we're dealing with some eclipse fallout, right, from last week's Taurus lunar eclipse. We're still in that in-between zone where you can still expect, even though there's not an eclipse this week, because we're in the in-between, you can still expect emotions to reach a high intensity, to reach a zenith, contemplating some really big shifts within your world. So even though there's not an eclipse this week, we're still in the eclipse zone. And just a reminder, I do have a video all about these particular eclipses and the story that they're playing for you and your chart. Let me actually put this down, but one more sip. Cheers, y'all. Happy Monday. Okay, so even though we don't have an eclipse, there is this intense in-between energy. We have Mercury shifting into Sagittarius. We are now officially in Sagittarius season. Mercury joins Sagittarius within this freedom-seeking, uplifting energy, kind of out of the investigative, intense energy of Scorpio. And let's break it down with the vibe check of the week. So friends, this week feels like getting really excited and then it's sort of just a letdown and feeling overwhelmed. Have you ever felt that? So what I'm gonna liken this to, because that's what I do in Vibe Check, is essentially liken the cosmic weather to a situation in life so you sort of have something to grab onto. It sort of feels like the energy when you're planning a birthday party. You're planning, you're so excited because there's all of this sort of excited, loving, happy energy earlier in the week, and then as it sort of leads up to the big event, you know, you've got everything set up, you've got the nacho bar all together, you've got the invite list, you're so excited, you and your friends are just talking about it, and on the day, it's not that it's bad, it's just like there's so much going on that it's sort of overwhelming, and then there's just this feeling like, oh, like I was so excited for this, and now I have like nacho cheese on my sweater, and Betty knocked over the orange soda, and Andrew didn't come even though he said he was going to. Like, life is riddled with disappointments. Gosh, what a start to your Monday. Life is riddled with disappointments. But seriously, and what I love about Sagittarius energy, which is what we're in right now, is that it's like, it's not, you know, Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign, and it's not optimistic on ungrounded, oh, anything bad in the world isn't happening. Sagittarius is a sign that's associated with truth seeking. So they are seeking the truth. And it's like being able to be positive even though you realize that things don't always work out, that, you know, someone is bound to make a mess at the party, that some of your, you know, high expectations might be let down a little bit, but still choosing to see the good in it. So this week does feel like build up, and then getting to the actual event and be like, oh, that was it? Okay, well, and it is Thanksgiving this week if you do celebrate, and the kind of build up of this week kind of happens in that crescendo. So maybe some of you, you know, are planning to have a meal, and like the earlier part of the week is like build up, getting everything aligned, and then on Thursday you just feel overstuffed and like overfull, and you're like, what is the whole big deal about this? So let me break it down day by day so you can begin to see what days are good for what as you sort of plot out and schedule your week ahead. And do keep in mind, all times that I mention on this channel are PST, so just make sure to adjust your time zone if you are not on the West Coast like I am. So the week starts off with a Cancer moon. We've got a Cancer moon, Monday, moon day. The day Monday is ruled by the moon. We could notice we're a little bit more emotional, but the great thing about Cancer moon energy, particularly if this is a time that you're spending with family or kind of attuning to routines and traditions, is that's what Cancer is all about. Cancer is a sign that is associated with the past. Cancer is associated with the family world, the domestic world, the inner world, and what makes us feel safe, which, you know, for a lot of people, those little routines, those little traditions, those little holidays sort of give them this emotional hug. And let's say you're someone, maybe you're estranged from your family, or, you know, maybe you used to have a tradition this time of year and it's not quite working out this year, I really invite you, particularly earlier in the week, to do something that is comforting. Maybe set up your own tradition, maybe set up that tradition with your friends, with your loved ones. If you're away from home, doing the same things even though you are here. With Cancer Moon, there really is a desire to anchor ourselves into what feels safe and supportive to a soul level and to anchor into our traditions and routines. So something to consider. And on Monday, the Cancer Moon does square Chiron in Aries, so feeling a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more reactive, maybe being around family and they point out, how many years has it been since you have a girlfriend? How many years has it been since you've had a boyfriend? Like, someone within your inner world, poking that insecurity or something within you. A lot of times people at this time of year spending time with family, and with this we might just feel a little bit more sensitive to the input that they have for us and for our lives. But also if it ends well, Monday night is honestly a great cooking night. Moon Monday is also associated with nurturing, sustenance. So with the Cancer Moon sextiling Uranus and Taurus, maybe it's giving a new spin to a holiday classic. So maybe you used to love cranberries when you were growing up. Maybe it's like trying a new cranberry recipe for you and your spouse or something of the nature. Because it's the blending of tradition, routine, that's the Cancer Moon, with Uranus and Taurus, which is newness, novelty, experimentation. Just be mindful around overindulgence to a certain degree. Monday night is not when I would online shop. Don't online shop yet. Or, like eating an attempt to fill the void of loneliness. If you are someone where emotions like that are coming up, I know that holidays can be a more sensitive time for some people. So if that is you, there is this aspect of the Cancer Moon opposing Venus in Capricorn. It actually exacts early Tuesday morning, but like 2 a.m. So we'll feel it build on Monday night, where it's like wanting to comfort ourselves, wanting to satiate ourselves, but with the opposition to Venus, it's like not enough or not getting to what we're really trying to seek. Like we're trying to fill the void of loneliness with cranberries, and cranberries are delicious, but they can't always do that. So just being mindful in those pursuits to satiate yourself. Nevertheless, just try not to online shop, try not to overindulge yourself, and get to bed early on Monday. Tuesday, the 23rd, is honestly really beautiful. We've got a Cancer Moon trining Mars and trining Neptune, where it's just like this really lovely flow, watery energy, so feeling more emotionally supportive, maybe spending time with people that we love, getting excited for the holiday if it is something that you celebrate or something that you choose to do. There is this energy around rest, around creativity, around just feeling connected to something bigger, feeling connected to the world around you. So Tuesday is a great time to have a work party or to spend time with your friends, spend time with your family. There's a very feel-good energy. There's a very enthusiastic energy, looking forward to the holiday if you celebrate, or just looking forward to the weekend if you do not. There's this energy around just feeling good. My creatives, this is a lovely creation energy. Water is about flowing, right? So Tuesday, it's not really about forcing things. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I need to write this, I'm going to do this. Just follow inspiration, follow what feels good, and be okay if you're not necessarily the most productive. With the moon trining Mars and the moon trining Neptune, you probably will be productive, but not necessarily in the way that you envision or the way that you imagine. Make like water and just flow. Follow inspiration, follow what feels good, follow what feels comfortable, follow what brings you joy, and be okay at the end of the day if you're like, I wasn't that productive, I didn't get these things done. It's okay. You are in flow, you are in alignment, you deserve to feel good, you deserve to have habits and routines that comfort you. You deserve time to moodle or to creatively ponder what it is that you want to invite into your world. And honestly, Tuesday is that energy. You deserve that space to be excited about what comes next. I took a positive psychology course, and that's actually super helpful for our mental health, is to have things to look forward to. So I don't mean in the vibe check that we shouldn't look forward to what's coming next, because honestly, having things to look forward to is very supportive for encouraging well-being within ourselves. There's nothing wrong with looking forward to something, but there is this energy of this week of just having that feeling when you have the party hat on, you're like, oh, this is what that is. The good vibes kind of temper off later in the evening as the Cancer Moon does oppose Pluto and Capricorn. This feels like the end of the day being like, I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. How did I not do this and this and this? How did I spend the whole day cooking for the holiday on Thursday and I totally ignored all of my work tasks, or I totally ignored cleaning? Forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is so important. And just go to bed, okay? Also, in that energy of flow, being in flow with any emotions that come up. It is okay to feel if that's what comes up. Like with water energy, just notice what comes up, follow inspiration when it comes in, allow yourself the space and the grace to feel what comes up for you. On Wednesday, the moon is void in Cancer until it enters Leo at 7:59. Leo brings in this very self-expressive sort of energy, very prideful energy, very creative energy, wanting to let our light, flow. With Leo moon, it's like out of the emotions of the Cancer moon and into action. Mercury also enters Sagittarius, so there is this kind of move into more fire energy, which is nice to have in the cosmos because it kind of boosts our willpower. It boosts like purification in the cosmos, not taking things too personally. I love that energy of like, I've been using that a lot to describe fire energy is purifying, right? Because fire can, kill bacteria, it purifies things. And it's like if someone who's fire dominant walks into a room, they purify the bad vibes. They're just like a room freshener with good energy. And as well, if you tell someone who's like fire dominant, like, oh, you're this and this and this, typically with fire, there's this really strong connection to this is the person I am, this is the light that I bear, right? So they have an easier time just burning that off, like, okay, that has nothing to do with me. That's a you thing, and I'm gonna go over here and be my own fiery self. Whereas water, I always say this, but you could dump anything into water, right? So if someone dumps something into water, like you suck and you're horrible with, if you dump some grape juice into a bowl of water, it's gonna become like some watery grape juice, right? It's a little bit harder being able to differentiate, okay, this is not me and this is me. And I'm not saying if you are water dominant, anything's wrong with you. I'm water dominant as well. It's just important to know that that brings a lot of gifts, right? Your watery energy of being able to, take in inspiration, of being able to take in emotions, to make art or to feel deeply. It is a gift, but it is nice when we have some fire energy in the cosmos because it's more purifying. It's like stuff's going crazy with eclipses, and with more fire in the cosmos, it's like, okay, everyone's acting crazy, but I know myself and my path, and I'm just gonna let that slide off my feathers like water from a duck's wing. So anyways, with Mercury and Sagittarius, there's a lot more, with Mercury and Scorpio, we're a lot more discerning and strategic with our language. With Mercury and Sagittarius, we want to tell the truth. We want to tell the truth. We want to give it straight up. We want to be straight up with others. We want to be straight up with ourselves. With Mercury and Sagittarius, you might notice that a lot of people are taking a longer time to get to the point. Like Mercury and Scorpio, chooses their words very carefully. It's like they select what it is that they want to say. With Mercury and Sagittarius, they want to paint a story. They want to paint a picture. They want to paint a feeling. So with Mercury and Sagittarius, you might be in meetings like, okay, we get it. Get to the point. Where is the point? Because Mercury is not inherently comfortable in Sagittarius. It is in its detriment in Sagittarius, so it's not a very helpful energy. And if you're curious on brushing up with what exaltations, domiciles, detriments, and falls means, or what each planet, where it exalts and where it falls, I do have that video in my Magic Monday 101. So you can brush up on that if you are curious. And then yeah, we just have nice fiery energy on Wednesday where we're feeling good. We're feeling in alignment with self. We got the Leo moon trining Mercury in Sagittarius. We got the Leo moon trining Sun in Sagittarius. It's like, it's good feelings abound, feeling good about ourselves, feeling good about our offerings. Another great creativity, and from a different place as Tuesday. Tuesday was like creativity that springs from, emotions and receptivity, whereas this is creativity just of expressing our most authentic self. So be truthful with yourself on Wednesday. If you don't want to volunteer to bring the potatoes, be in alignment with yourself. Say that. If you don't want to go to that particular party, be in alignment with yourself. Say that. Thursday the 25th is sort of when the okay, this is so great, and this feeling of looking forward to something and building to something kind of like is a letdown. And it's not the worst Thanksgiving astrology I've ever seen. I remember, what year was that? But there was one year where the Thanksgiving astrology was like, but this year isn't the worst, but there is this letdown feeling. And with Leo moon, a lot of people could be trying to flex at the dinner table. Like a cousin coming to dinner and is like, yeah, I'm going on a yacht next week, and what do you think of my Cartier? Or even just family members getting competitive, like, oh yeah, these sweet potatoes are good, but not as good as mine were last year. Not saying it'll necessarily happen, just with Leo moon, some pride could come up. And the Leo moon will square Uranus and Taurus, so there might be like this busy, sort of restless feeling, even when all the food is cooked, like being like, at ease, like not feeling that comfortable, sort of safe feeling, like feeling like you have to do something. And then there could be some angers that are triggered just with the square to Mars and Scorpio later that evening. So, you know, if someone says it, something to you, don't take it personally, but it might be hard to, as the moon is in Leo, so there is this energy of wanting to stand up for ourselves to a certain degree. And with the square to Scorpio, people are a little bit more testy. Maybe it's like the come down from, you know, the turkey or something of that nature, but people are a little more testy. So try to get to bed rather early on Thursday, or at least leave the party early. Friday, the 26th, is such a special day. My Pisces is like so showing right now. Okay. So Friday the 26th is a special day. Sure, because of the astrology, but really I just looked at that day and got emotional because it is my nephew's first birthday. It's just so special to watch someone's first year of life, and it's something that I've never gotten before because I am the youngest in my family. I've never really been around young kids, and just to see him grow up and like learn and like see things and point at things, it's just like so exciting, and it just makes me so emotional that he's one, because I don't know where this year went. So the moon will be void most of the day, but it's kind of like a good feeling void moon. The Leo moon closing aspect is the opposition to Jupiter, so we're a little bit more prone to overindulgence of sorts. So if you do Black Friday shop, you might notice you buy a little more. You might feel sort of exhausted, like sort of like a hangover-like feeling, as the void moon sort of makes us feel a little bit more tired. And the moon doesn't enter Virgo until 6/12, at which point we'll be like, how much did I eat? How much did I drink? How much did I spend? Like all of a sudden those little details catching up to us. But also the other avenue of Jupiter is that Jupiter is the energy around finding meanings. This would be great for like a hike and then praying and like journaling or something that sort of nurtures your soul. And when the moon enters Virgo, this weekend is really about getting back on track, like being like, okay, I have all this laundry to do. I have all this cleanup to do. I, need to get back on track in terms of what my ideal, diet would be, so on and so forth. We also have on Friday, the Saturn will sextile like Chiron and Aries, which is really this purifying energy around supporting ourselves with the structures that better our healing. And again, because Saturn and Chiron move so slow, it's not just specific to Friday. We might feel this like sort of overall, but after that letdown of the party feeling of being like, okay, well now I've like ate too much and these things didn't go exactly to plan. It was still fun. I just had built it up so much that it was sort of overwhelming at the point. There's this energy around wanting to support ourselves and our healing journey with the structures that will better it. So supporting ourselves with the routines that genuinely better our lives, like, working out for mental health and not just for, to look a certain way. There's so many other benefits, or eating certain foods because you realize it makes you feel certain ways, or journaling because you realize the emotional hygiene that it helps you, like supporting yourself with the daily habits that support your daily journey forward. So this particular week, it's not a new moon. We are in eclipse season, but if these eclipses are bringing up things where it's like, there's an area of your life that you realize needs change. This is sort of the energy, even though it's not a new moon, there is an energy this week around having this lovely foundation around, okay, I want to support myself in these particular ways. Like there's something that really needs to change with my health. There's something that really needs to change with my mental health. There's really something that needs to change with my relationships. What are the structures that I can provide myself with in order to find that? Is it going to, couples therapy? Is it shifting my routine? What is the logical, practical things within my external reality that will support my emotional health? Saturday is sort of funny because the Virgo moon is bickering with the Sagittarius energy. And so Sagittarius is like, let's explore, let's adventure. And the Virgo moon is like, have you seen your house? Have you seen your to-do list? Have you seen that exercise bike that you bought 6 months ago and forgot about? So there is this clash between wanting to do something and avoid all your responsibilities, but the Virgo moon is like, no, let's get ourselves on the week. So if possible, try to navigate both. I do say, get your chores done earlier in the day so you could explore and have fun later in the day, as the Virgo moon does trine Uranus and Taurus. And maybe it's like a blend of both. Maybe it's like, listening to a podcast that expands your mind, pleasing the Sagittarius sun and Mercury while cleaning your house, the Virgo moon. Maybe it's going on, a hike to a new area which pleases Sagittarius expansion, while also taking care of your body, the little details. Maybe it's conquering your, work tasks, and then later in the day, trying something new with a friend. You can have both. There is this energy of sort of a halfway point from last week's Taurus lunar eclipse, so if things got intense, if certain stories emerge, there might be more elements coming out around it on Saturday. And truly, all's well that ends well. Who doesn't love a Virgo moon Sunday to clean, attend to laundry, all little details of life? There is sort of a dreamy energy that we're infusing into our practical, tangible tasks. I've mentioned this before, but I'm a Virgo moon, so cleaning to me is something deeply spiritual, and I want us all to try it this Sunday if it resonates, if you connect, just because the Virgo moon does oppose Neptune in Pisces, so it's like infusing the magical, that's Neptune in Pisces, into the mundane, that's the Virgo moon. So like when you sweep, I want you to think of like sweeping all of the bad energy from your home and like tossing it out. If you feel stagnant within yourself, move around your furniture. Your home is a reflection of your energetics. When I clean, I like really just repeat the mantras around infusing love and lightness into my living space. I invite in fresh new energy to flow in. I invite stagnant energy to flow out. I open all the windows. I infuse, essential oils or whatever feels right for you, but I want you to put that spiritual element into it. Cleaning is honestly my sacred time. I love it so much. And it's just a great energy to beautify our home on Sunday, as the Virgo moon does trine Venus in Capricorn. So maybe it's like cleaning and then, having the space to be able to invest in a new piece of furniture that is very high quality and just uplifts the whole space. So the sextile to Mars and Scorpio definitely anchor into your body at some point on Sunday. Yeah, I'm the Sagittarius sign will conjoin Mercury. So again, not a great debating energy. I mean, it is kind of a great debating energy because Sagittarius will tell you how it is, but people aren't necessarily listening. They're kind of just talking, and we could identify with our opinion a little bit more than normal and be on our kind of soapbox. So definitely expect on Sunday evening a lot of people on Insta stories, perhaps ranting about things or something of the nature. Friends, I hope you all have the most beautiful week. The Magic Monday mantra of the week: I prioritize the structures that support my physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This is very much inspired by the Saturn in Aquarius, sextiling Chiron in Aries this week around, things are hectic, but there is a certain energy around voluntarily deciding, I deserve to feel good. I deserve to have a morning routine that satiates me. And I also mentioned this because of the earlier Cancer moon energy. There's really this anchoring into what we feel like we deserve. And I know it's corny, but as I mentioned, my nephew's birthday is Friday, and I'm just thinking about the unconditional love that we show to babies, people who are fresh into this world. They haven't done anything to deserve it. We love them just because they are. And that's how, not to get too philosophical, but that's how the universe, God, source energy loves us. Just that pureness. And we so often feel like we need to deserve or achieve it. So knowing that you are worthy of giving yourself the structures, the habits, the routines that genuinely support you, because you're worth it. So anyways, that's my spiel of the week. Magic Monday isn't complete until I go on a spiel of some sort. Friends, my Instagram handle is @Astrology. My TikTok is the same. Until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay magical.